to find out how your spirit is. I'm so glad that all of the above is happening in real time. How are you?
Thank you. I feel the same way. As I was walking in, I was thinking I talked to you definitely more than some of my family members in the sweetest way, just because you have been so wonderful and you've seen me through a lot. And it's been wonderful to see all of this happen for you. And
thank you.
I'm just, I'm in a really good place and I'm excited about what's happening.
We're going to talk about that. And I just want to get this out of the way because it deserves to be honored and acknowledged. Congratulations on finding, happiness with someone in your life you get to share experiences with. And I'm sure that it was a wonderful occasion, but doesn't it just get better in the days that follow and the months and the years that will follow?
I definitely can agree to that.
Yeah.
It has been such a dream so far, and I know it'll come with, ebbs and flows, but it's the most beautiful person that I could do that with.
Yeah. No, congratulations to both of you.
Yeah.
I feel like when we first started speaking and how much you've done for others, not just for yourself in that time. I guess my question, Selena, is that when anniversaries come back around, do you allow yourself the grace to be able to acknowledge how far you've traveled?
Definitely. It doesn't mean that it's easy to, because sometimes you can get stuck in a place, and I'm just finally happy to say that I don't feel stuck. It feels so beautiful and it feels wonderful, and I think that's what I want to be now, is everything and more of what I've been given in the past 3 years have been such a blessing. So.
Does that change the way that you go about doing your work around Rare Impact Fund, helping others, nonprofit organizations to increase awareness around mental health, when you're able to take a step back and have done the work, have better tools to help yourself? Does it alter the way that you approach the work for others than it did when you were in it, learning and contributing at the same time?
I think when you have experienced something that another person has maybe felt in a different way, there's naturally this connection that you're able to connect with someone on a level of maybe it's trauma or, codependency or whatever it feels like. You can walk through that with someone, but it's never good to lean on someone. So it's always important to find, the point of all of this, which is I'm grateful Rare exists. Rare Beauty has changed my life and I'm so grateful. But before we sold a single product, we made a promise that 1% of sales will go directly to the Rare Impact Fund, which our goal is to raise $100 million in 10 years for mental health for youth all over the world. So we're already global and we reach over 2 million people, and we have already seen the groundwork. We've seen what's been going on, and to know that behind every product that's going on is the biggest gift.
Yeah, it's interesting, the idea of
sure what would happen to me in the beauty space. I'm very comfortable in my lane with music and film and TV. But I thought it would be interesting to give it a go as someone who has never had real experience. I'm not that great. I made people do this. So I feel like it's more so relatable. I wanted people to feel like they were able to tangibly do something because I'm not skilled in it. And then at the same time, even our products have designs that are uniquely for people who have dexterity issues like myself. So arthritis or any sort of, immune system, it kind of all helps. It's all a part of it.
Yeah, it's a brilliant balance between the aspiration,
purpose, and behind everything that I do, there's always going to be a purpose. From the projects I choose to the music I release, there's always a reason, there's always a meaning for me.
At that moment in time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly where what I can offer is where I'm at, who I am in that moment, whether that's complicated or not. I've always been honest.
What's your relationship like with an album like Revival, taking that honesty into account? Because like we said, 10 years on, what a beautiful life you have laid out for yourself now to enjoy and to benefit from all that work. But you'd reached a crossroads, from what I can remember, back in 2015 where you were leaving some stuff behind and making some new choices.
Yeah. Man, it was fun. I just remember feeling so liberated. And however that looked, from Good For You to all of these other, same old love, it felt like I had a whole new rebirth.
Yeah.
And I just look at that time fondly, and I'm so happy to celebrate it.
What about like reflection in general, though? You've got so much to look forward to. When someone tells you, hey, it's been 10 years since you put an album out, you're just like, whoa, that's not on my bingo card right now.
I'm like, wait, why?
Wait, what?
How did this happen?
Your music after it's put out.
Yeah, no, I think I just say it and leave it.
Move on.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think too into a certain song being anything other than what it was to me. And I love how people have interpreted my music and what it stands for. I'm very proud of that. But I'm also just, I don't know, I'm just equally as proud to do what I do every day. And
it frees you up to enjoy music as a fan.
I hope so.
And so let's talk a little bit about what that experience is. A few years back, I had a pretty sort of mind-blowing experience where something I'd never really given my time to, a sort of form of modern ambient music, presented itself to me.
Yeah.
Just showed up out of nowhere and changed a lot of things for me.
I believe that.
Really did. Like it put me on a path to starting a chill station here and changed the way I make music and listen to music, and even how I heard heavy music. All of a sudden I could hear the ambience in it, and it just opened up a whole side of me. So I'd love to know sort of how music shows up for you just in your life and how you choose to use it, and not just to have a good time, but I mean, is it a tool in other ways? Is it a friend in other ways?
I think music is it's just the language that you want to feel and speak. Sometimes I'll listen to, everyone's different, right? When you listen to a song, what do you listen to first? I'm a lyrics girl. So I always am enticed by the cleverness, by the sadness, by the hidden meanings behind anything. And that's thrilling, because then I take it in as my version, and those are the songs I remember the most. And they're usually associated with some probably painful times, but those are the best moments. Sometimes when you want to cry, that's why people say, just put on, for me, to listen to that, though.
Honest, though, at the very least.
I think mine just says sad, happy.
Just super direct.
Only like positive. Like, I actually have a folder called positive music. So if I want to only hear things that I can digest. So back to your point, music plays a huge part into what happens, I think, mentally. I was actually talking about it before we came in. Not sure if this is true, so I might be totally making this up right now. But there was a study about how they used 3 mice, and they separated them, and they had mazes, each of them. And in one, they played a certain type of music, and another, they played death metal type of really fun but head-banging music, and then they did classical music. It affected each of the mice differently, and how they went through the paths and how they went through the mazes to get to their endpoint, and all of them were different.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, guys. Well, all I know
sense.
is there is something neurologically that you feel.
100%.
It's visceral.
Selena Gomez recently sat down with Zane Lowe for a candid chat on Apple Music, giving fans a rare peek into her life as a newlywed with husband Benny Blanco. Smiling, she described how the months since their wedding have been nothing short of magical. Gomez, now 33 and known for her creative ventures like Rare Beauty, married Blanco, 37, and an intimate ceremony in Santa Barbara on September 27th. The wedding drew a constellation of friends and celebrities, turning the event into an unforgettable evening. Taylor Swift, a longtime confidant of Gomez, was spotted capturing sweet moments and sharing laughs, while Ed Sheeran, Blanco's close friend, joined in the festivities. The cast of Only Murders in the building, including Martin Short and Steve Martin, also made it a point to celebrate with the couple, filling the venue with laughter and warmth. As the music played and glasses clinked, guests danced and reveled deep into the night, the newlyweds glowing and beaming, unable to hide their delight. Gomez, reflecting on the experience, said every moment felt surreal, and while she knows life brings its ups and downs, there's no one else she would rather face it with. The love in the room was palpable, guests embracing the joy and excitement of this new chapter for the pair. Gomez admitted to Lowe that she feels lucky to have found someone she can truly be herself with, someone who brings out the best in her. Their personalities, she described, fit together perfectly, and even the simplest moments, like watching television or sharing snacks, feel special. On Instagram, Gomez has offered fans a glimpse of married life, posting playful snapshots of the two making silly faces, cozy at home, and even indulging in late-night snacks. A recent photo of her munching on mini pizza rolls drew a cheeky comment from Blanco, dubbing her the #1 pizza roll consumer in the world. The playful banter between them hints at a relationship grounded in humor and genuine affection. Gomez didn't hesitate to display her favorite wedding photos at home, arranging black and white shots of the ceremony on her shelves, each image reminding her of that extraordinary day. The couple's approach to their wedding was deeply personal, curating each detail for themselves and their loved ones, ensuring every guest felt included in their happiness. The reception's energy was electric, everyone letting loose and celebrating as music echoed through the night. Moments like Taylor Swift snapping candid shots or Steve Martin pulling Gomez onto the dance floor are now cherished memories. The newlyweds spent the evening surrounded by those who matter most, laughter and stories filling every corner of the room. Since the big day, Gomez and Blanco have embraced married life in their own way, often sharing snippets of daily routines and inside jokes. Their dynamic is easygoing, filled with laughter, like when Blanco teases Gomez about her snack choices, or when she shares behind-the-scenes moments from her travels and evenings at home. Gomez's social media has become a collage of happiness, from light-hearted selfies to glimpses of their quiet nights in. Friends and fans alike have commented on how radiant she looks, a reflection of contentment and genuine happiness. The couple's love story, though shared with the world, remains intensely personal, each moment building on the last. Gomez has spoken about the comfort she finds in routine, the joy of coming home to someone who understands her completely. Even in the midst of busy schedules and public attention, they create their own sanctuary, making everyday moments feel extraordinary. The shelves in their home, now lined with wedding memories, serve as a daily reminder of the promises they made and the journey ahead. Their wedding wasn't just a gathering of famous faces, but a celebration of love, friendship, and shared dreams. For Gomez, the transition into married life has been seamless, filled with laughter and mutual support.